Rightio everybody, welcome back to Drive Time Series 2, episode 11, and we have another returning guest, my favourite guest of course. Laura Payne is with us from the BRSCC and of course from the Fiesta Junior Championship. Laura, how are you? How's your winter been?
Yeah, it's been good, thank you. Yeah, how are you?
I'm very well. I'm all the better for seeing you, of course. A bit gutted I'm not going to be back with the Fiesta Juniors for my Series 2 of rapping with all the drivers this year, but never mind. Never mind. What can you do? What can you do?
We'll have to FaceTime you.
Definitely. Now, Drive Time is all about finding out about our guests, of course. Now, Laura, I imagine you're a familiar face at every single track in the UK. I'm sure everybody already knows what you do in motorsport, but for those who aren't au fait with your involvement, what is your involvement in motorsport?
I've lots of involvement in motorsport. So I run the Fiesta Junior Championship. That's my biggest thing. And then I'm also running the Fiesta Senior Championship, the ST240s. And I also do a bit of work with Caterham as well.
Blimey, you are busy. Do you know, I didn't know you were taking over the seniors as well.
Do you not?
No, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I ran them last year as well.
I wasn't with you last year except for one event. One event we did, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
It seems to me the Fiesta Junior, the grid size is getting bigger and bigger. And with the seniors as well, there is a bit of a pathway, isn't there, for the juniors to go through?
Yeah, so we've always kept the seniors and the juniors as a nice pathway in, because you can take the Mark 6 car from the juniors into the seniors.
Fantastic stuff. Right, now next question. We're going to keep this BRSCC related because obviously you're heavily involved with the BRSCC. Heading into 2023, last year was a big success for the BRSCC, wasn't it? We saw from Autosport, I think you were the only club actually to have grid sizes growing. Does that look like it's going to continue into 2023 then?
I definitely think so, yes. Particularly with my juniors, obviously they're very close to my heart. Our grid size has improved because I have got nearly 20 registrations already. And registration opened a week and a half ago. So It's going to be a very exciting season, I think.
What about the seniors? Tell us a bit more about that. How are we looking for that? Really got a good take-up?
Yeah, so I think we'll have about the same as we did last year with the seniors. So they've separated the 150s and the 240s now, which is a great move because the 240s were growing ever bigger. So it's going to be exciting for them too.
They do make for some pretty good racing. They really do. We're going to brush over one of the questions because it's a bit too general, it's a bit too broad, isn't it? Let's get our crystal ball out, and I want to keep this sort of Fiesta related as well. We know the juniors. We've seen a number of alumni come through the Fiesta Juniors, haven't we? Go on to big things. Joseph Loke, of course, is one we know very well. Made the step up to a British F4 and doing very well. 5 to 10 years then, if you're a junior going in, the Fiesta Juniors is a good place if you want to have a career as a driver, don't you? You can really go places.
Oh yes, you definitely can, and now with the new car as well, it's looking ever brighter for the future. So we've developed the new car so that it's more long-standing, really, and I think that car is going to do brilliantly over the next 5 to 10 years, and I really hope, and I'm sure we'll see some of my juniors from like this year and last year go far. Definitely, there'll definitely be some in touring cars. I would guarantee.
Well, I tell you something, Jensen Brickley, he's going well, isn't he? Of course, he was he won the Fiesta Junior Championship a couple of years ago, and he jumped straight into the seniors and won it last year as well. Big things for him, right?
Yeah, he won it. He won the seniors last year and the juniors the year before. So I wonder if he can do it again this year in his TCR.
Yeah, I've got he was in TCR. Yeah, didn't mean to say to. I saw him. Where did I see him? I saw him somewhere, and I wanted to grab his attention, but he didn't see me, or he was probably ignoring me.
He's probably too tall. He probably overlooked.
I only go up to his knees, so he probably didn't see me. Let's just talk 5 to 10 years then. Are you going to be in charge of a electric championship one day, Laura? That's the question. What do you think?
Me personally?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's going that way, isn't it, with the electric cars? So you never know. Maybe I personally, I love the juniors. So wherever the juniors go, I will go. So if the junior car turns into an electric car in the next 5 to 10 years, then I will definitely be there, I think.
That's what I like to hear. Now, the next question really is, what does 2023 hold in store for you? You don't really need to show it on screen because we know what 2023 is going to hold in store for you. Obviously, you've got your juniors, you've got your seniors, you've got your caterers. Just tell us a little bit more about your involvement with the caterers.
So I help them at the weekends. I do a similar thing to what I do with the juniors and run around the paddock and tell people where they need to be and where they need to go. And yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
When's the last time you had a weekend off, Laura?
Um, I don't really like taking weekends off. I like to keep busy.
It becomes a way of life, doesn't it? Being trackside, I absolutely I miss it over the winter months. I really, really do, and it does become a way of life. But tell us about sort of the relationships that are formed in the Fiesta Junior Championship, because I've seen it firsthand. They almost become their own little community. I know every club always says, "Oh, Ian, we've got the best atmosphere in the paddock, and we've got the friendliest paddock." But everybody says that, don't they? That doesn't make it a thing. That doesn't make it true as such. You might have good people, but because they're juniors, they almost form an additional bond that, aside from what adults would normally make if they're in a paddock. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, they 100% do, and I think that's one of the reasons why I love the juniors so much. I love seeing them grow from when they come in at 14 to when they leave at 16, 17, and then follow them all the way through. So I've been involved in the junior championship for what, 4 or 5 years now, and I still keep in touch with people that were in it 4 or 5 years ago because I love to see where they go, but the relationships, and I think that's why we miss it so much over the winter, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I call my juniors and seniors my Fiesta family because you spend so much time together and you get to know each other so well, and it's weird when you don't get to do that over the winter because yeah, they're your family, but we keep in touch, and particularly with the juniors, they stay such good friends. Yeah, some of the people in it 4 or 5 years ago are still friends now. They still hang out, and then over the winter, I had lots of texts from parents with pictures of look what they're doing now, and they've been karting and they've been around each other's houses, and they're just such great friends, and the parents as well. So the parents
Yeah.
have their little WhatsApp group, and they all hang out at the weekends, and it's lovely because that's what it's about as well, isn't it? About those relationships and supporting people to grow.
It actually becomes quite emotional now when I see, like, when I first involved, my first involvement with Fiesta Juniors must have been what, 2019 or 2020, and then seeing people like Deegan Fairclough and Albert Webster now all grown up. It's actually like, I remember when you were like 16 and now you're a full grown adult. It's and they're getting proper driving licenses now and things like that, and I'm like, what's going on? And they're getting jobs, they're getting like real life jobs. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you can't, you're still a kid, but they're not.
I know it is strange, but it's so nice to see, isn't it? And how mature they get, and particularly how they help younger drivers as well. So, well, Ollie Turner came back and helped
Yeah.
some people, and Albert Webster's going to do the same thing. And then I had George Fox, though, came and helped us at Autosport as well, and he was talking to some of the people that we saw there and about the championship, and yeah, they just grow up so much and they develop so much confidence and maturity, and yeah, it's just brilliant to see, isn't it?
It really,
You're like a
really
proud
is.
parent.
I do, it does feel that way, doesn't it? It really does.
And I do get emotional, as you probably know.
Yes, you
So
do.
the side of the track crying when they make me so proud.
Laura, one final thing. Well, two final things. But the first one is, if somebody is watching this and thinks, do you know what, I want to give this Fiesta Junior Championship a go, they've got a kid who's 14 or so, who's showing an interest in motorsport, best place to get hold of you?
best place to get hold of me? Well, our website is brilliant. There's loads of information on the website, so the BRSCC website, and then the formula page for the Fiesta Juniors. And then my details are actually on there. So we've got an email address, which is fiestajunior@brscc.co.uk, and then my phone number's on there as well. And actually, because I really care about the relationships in the championship, I do try to encourage people to give me a ring, because sometimes it's easier to have a chat than do it all over the computer. So
people
I'm
don't
always
tend
happy
to speak these days. They don't tend to speak on the phone, do they? So what we will do, we will put the link to the BRSCC Fiesta Junior Championship in the body of this broadcast. Wherever you're watching it, just give it a click. It'll take you straight through to the website. You can get in touch with Laura or anybody at the championship there. One final question for you. Of course, the most important question you'll be asked, within the next 5 minutes. Tea or coffee, Laura? What's better?
Oh my goodness.
Do not disappoint me.
Tea?
What?
Come on.
Ooh. I've got to say, this was going so well until then.
What?
Obviously,
No, you can't
coffee
beat a
is
good
clearly
cup
the
of
winner.
No, can't beat a good cup of tea at the track. Everyone that knows me knows I love tea, so you can often find me with a cup of tea in my hand.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll leave it there because coffee's clearly better. Laura, thanks so much. We will catch up, no doubt, at some point trackside. As I said, off air, I don't actually have any plans with the BRSCC, but no doubt I will be at a track when you are at a track at some point anyway. So thank you so much for joining us, Laura. You take care, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. It's nice to see you.
And you.
Bye.